In this video, we'll take a look at the followed phrase text animation. It's available on the text tab. It's the fifth from the bottom right here. And this animation has just a nice little effect that draws attention to the text, and then it basically stays static, just solid, and really just nothing going on while it's whatever duration you specify. And then you have the ability to do out. So we have in and out animations. We'll take a look at that in a second. So starting from the top, of course, we have the ability to specify the font size, and the vertical spacing. We also have, of course, alignment, the right to left for Arabic and Hebrew, and of course the place where you would enter in your text. Now we also have, you specify the colors. Now these phrases here, let's take a look at the animation in order to get an idea of what these colors are all about. So I'll rewind this and go ahead and play it. And you can see that what we have is a little bit of the phrases being followed by 4 different versions of the animation kind of following it, and that's the part that draws your attention to the text. So what we're doing here is we have just the top color, which is this color right here, and then we have the colors of the 4 different versions of that text that are sort of following it into position. That's why we call it followed phrase. And in this particular case, what we've done is I've created a color with a color palette here. And so this palette right here is based off of this scene, and I've used colors. So you can see here I specified this blue, which is kind of in this area here, and then several of the teal colors to follow that up there. And so that's what we get, how we got that animation set up. So it's all nice and professional feeling with this particular scene. Now we have the in and out tabs, and so the in animation is specifying where you want it to come from. We have several options here. You can have it just appear if you wanted to also. You have the ability to have an in speed, the duration it's going to stay once it's animated in. You have a stagger delay is really just the staggering of what each one of these comes in. So if you want to pronounce it more, you would increase this number. You have some effect options and some scaling options. You can see I have this set to scale up, and if we look at that again, you'll see that it looks like the text is kind of a little smaller when it starts off and then gets bigger, just creating a nice effect. Interesting. So you can play with that to get some nice variety. Now, you also have the ability to come here to the out, and you have the out speed. Looks like we actually don't have a leave on stage option. Rare, I just noticed that. But you can, of course, specify the longer duration. And so you have the out speed, you have effect, and also scaling for the followed verse as well. And you can see that at the end, let's just go ahead and jump to the end, and I have that scaling out. So it's going to go out in the opposite direction, and it goes back to the kind of being small. So you can see that I got in scaling up and out scaling down just to create a nice interesting effect. So that covers the followed phrase text animation.